Have you ever felt like you're speaking a language no one else understands? When you start to explore spirituality, you begin to see the world differently. You uncover ideas about purpose, connection, and meaning that feel so true and so powerful. Yet, when you look around, you might feel like you're on a path all by yourself. The world keeps spinning with its usual noise, focused on things that now feel less important to you. This can create a deep sense of loneliness. It's as if you've been given a map to a hidden treasure, but everyone else is still busy chasing shadows, leaving you to walk toward the light alone. This feeling is a natural part of the journey. This sense of isolation can sometimes lead to a feeling of powerlessness. You see the problems in the world, the suffering, the conflict, the endless chase for more, and you feel them deeply. Your newfound awareness makes you more sensitive to the pain around you. You might ask yourself, what can I possibly do to change any of this? The gap between the beautiful, peaceful world you imagine and the complex, messy reality can feel enormous. It's easy to feel small and insignificant in the face of such big challenges. Remember, this feeling doesn't mean you are powerless. It means you are starting to care on a much deeper level than before. Feeling like an outsider is a common experience for anyone on a spiritual path. You may find that conversations with friends or family feel different. While they discuss the latest trends, career goals, or material possessions, your mind is wandering to questions about your true self, your purpose, or how to live with more compassion. This disconnect isn't a sign that there's something wrong with you or with them. It is simply a sign that your values are shifting. You are evolving. The loneliness you feel is the space created for new growth, a quiet field where you can plant the seeds of your own authentic life, away from the noise of the crowd. So, if you feel lost or alone on your spiritual journey, know that you are not the first, nor will you be the last. This is a signpost, not a final destination. The feeling of being out of place is often the first step toward finding where you truly belong. It's an invitation to go deeper, to build a stronger connection with yourself and your own inner wisdom. The path may feel solitary at times, but it is this very solitude that allows you to hear the quiet voice of your own soul, guiding you toward a life of greater meaning and purpose. It is in this quiet space that your real strength begins to grow. Kind and spiritually minded people often carry a heavier burden. Why is that? It is because you feel things more deeply. Your heart is open, and that openness allows you to connect with the joy of the world, but it also makes you vulnerable to its pain. When you see injustice, cruelty, or selfishness, it doesn't just register as a news headline. It feels like a personal wound. This creates an inner conflict. A part of you wants to retreat and protect your peace, while another part feels a powerful urge to help, to heal, and to fix what is broken. This internal tug-of-war can be exhausting and confusing. This confusion is often intensified by the world's reaction to kindness. In a society that often rewards competition and self-interest, genuine compassion can be seen as a weakness. People might misunderstand your intentions or take advantage of your generosity. This can make you question yourself. Am I being naive? Is it foolish to be so open-hearted in such a tough world? This inner doubt is one of the biggest challenges for a kind soul. You are trying to live by a higher set of values in a world that doesn't always appreciate them. It's like trying to grow a beautiful flower in a field full of weeds. The struggle is real because you are trying to balance two different worlds. There is the inner world of your spiritual ideals, peace, love, and unity. And then there is the outer world, with its demands, its conflicts, and its imperfections. Trying to live your spiritual truth in your daily life can feel like walking a tightrope. You want to be compassionate, but you also need to set boundaries. You want to be generous, but you also need to protect your own energy. This constant negotiation between your inner values and outer reality is where the real work of spirituality happens. It's not about escaping the world, but learning to navigate it with grace. So, if you feel this inner conflict, don't see it as a sign of failure. See it as a sign of your humanity and your growth. It means you are awake and aware. You are refusing to become numb to the world's problems. This struggle is what builds spiritual muscle. It forces you to become wiser, stronger, and more discerning. Your kind heart is not a liability. It is your greatest asset. The challenge is learning how to use it effectively, how to shine your light without letting the darkness of the world extinguish it. This is the noble struggle of a spiritual warrior. Spiritual knowledge is not meant to be kept on a bookshelf or in your mind. It is meant to be lived, and living it requires courage. It takes courage to choose compassion when others choose judgment. It takes courage to choose peace when others choose conflict. It takes courage to be your authentic self when the world wants you to be someone else. Every day, you are faced with choices. Do you react with anger, or do you respond with understanding? Do you chase after what is popular, or do you follow what feels true in your heart? Each choice is an opportunity to put your spiritual insights into action. One of the most powerful ways to live your spirituality is through simple acts of service. You don't have to solve world hunger to make a difference. Helping a neighbor carry their groceries, listening to a friend who is struggling, or volunteering your time for a cause you believe in, these are all spiritual actions. They are moments where you extend your energy beyond yourself and connect with someone else. These acts create ripples of positivity. They remind us that we are all connected, and that even the smallest act of kindness has the power to change someone's day. And in doing so, it changes you. Living spiritually also means having the courage to stand up for what is right, but to do so with peace in your heart. When you see injustice, it is easy to get swept up in anger and outrage. But a spiritual approach calls for something different. It calls for firm but peaceful resistance. It means speaking your truth without attacking the person who disagrees with you. It is about addressing the issue, not the individual. This is the path of leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. They showed us that the greatest strength is found not in aggression, but in unshakable, peaceful conviction. Ultimately, living a spiritual life is about focusing on your own growth instead of chasing material possessions. The world will tell you that happiness comes from having more, a bigger house, a faster car, the latest phone. But your spiritual journey teaches you that true fulfillment comes from within. It comes from becoming a better person, more patient, more loving, more self-aware. This requires the courage to say no to the constant pressure to consume, and the courage to say yes to the quiet, often challenging work of self-improvement. Your growth is your greatest gift to the world. When you discover something beautiful, your first instinct is often to share it with everyone you love. You want them to feel the same peace and clarity that you have found. However, spiritual ideas can sometimes be met with resistance or misunderstanding, especially from family and close friends. They may worry that you are changing or that you are judging them for their choices. This is where gentle, strategic communication becomes so important. Instead of preaching or trying to convince others, the most powerful way to share your light is to simply live it. Let your actions be your message. Patience is your greatest ally when navigating these conversations. People come to new ideas in their own time, and you cannot force someone to see the world from your perspective. If you face opposition, try not to become defensive or frustrated. Instead, listen with an open heart. Try to understand their concerns. Often their resistance comes from a place of love and fear for your well-being. Acknowledge their feelings and reassure them that your journey is about becoming a more loving and whole person, not about leaving them behind. Your calm and understanding response will speak volumes. Think of yourself as a gardener, not a salesperson. A salesperson tries to force a product on someone. A gardener simply creates the right conditions for a seed to grow. Your job is not to convert anyone. Your job is to be a living example of peace and kindness. When people see the positive changes in you, how you handle stress, how you treat others, how you find joy in simple things, they will naturally become curious. They may start asking questions. That is when you can share your insights not as a lecture, but as a friendly conversation, sharing what has worked for you. Finding balance in your relationships is key. Don't let your spiritual path isolate you. Find common ground with your loved ones. Enjoy shared activities that have nothing to do with spirituality. Go to a movie, share a meal, talk about their day. Your presence and love are more important than being right. You can hold your spiritual beliefs firmly while still respecting and loving those who walk a different path. This balance shows true spiritual maturity. It shows that your spirituality has made you more inclusive and loving, not more distant and judgmental. True strength is gentle. A truly spiritual life is not about escaping the world. It is about fully participating in it, but with a different level of consciousness. You must learn to thrive in both your inner spiritual world and the outer material world. This requires balance. It means being responsible and successful in your daily life. in your career, your finances, and your relationships, while staying connected to your deeper purpose. When you are competent and grounded in your ordinary life, your spiritual influence becomes much stronger. People are more likely to listen to your ideas when they see that you are also living a capable and well-managed life. This balance is a creative dance. There will be times when you feel pulled too far in one direction. You might get so caught up in work and worldly responsibilities that you neglect your spiritual practice. Or you might get so focused on your inner journey that you forget your obligations to the world around you. The key is to keep adjusting, to keep finding your footing. Think of it like walking on a balance beam. You are constantly making small corrections to stay centered. Don't be discouraged when you feel off balance. Just gently guide yourself back to the middle path. Perseverance is essential. The world will not change overnight, and neither will you. There will be days when you feel discouraged, when your efforts seem to make no difference. On these days, remember that every small act of courage and kindness matters. You may not see the immediate results, but you are planting seeds. Change is a slow and gradual process. Your task is not to fix the entire world at once, but to be a steady source of light in your own corner of it. Keep showing up, keep trying, and trust that your consistent effort is making a difference, even if you can't see it yet. In the end, this journey is filled with hope. Even in a flawed and difficult world, you have the power to create positive change. It starts with you. By committing to your own growth, by acting with kindness and courage, and by living your truth with gentle strength, you become a force for good. You don't have to have all the answers. All you need is a willing heart and the perseverance to keep moving forward. With patience and creative thinking, you can find a way to navigate the challenges and build a life of meaning. Never give up on yourself and never give up on the world. Your light is needed now more than ever.